Hello, I'm Renee and I'm back here with Cemetery Mary. Let's just jump right back into it because, okay, I do remember where we are. We're at my family restaurant. I wanted to go there for some reason. That reason I no longer remember. However, we'll probably find out. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all kinds of emotions. I'd been avoiding the diners for so long because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now inside, it felt nice, at least a little bit. Just being able to be in my own home after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I was happy to be just home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows the same way it always did. It still faintly smelled of delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's special board was in the same spot. But it felt so empty. So desolate, so abandoned, probably because it is. No one's been in here for so long. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs only to see Mum or Dad. There was always people, even if it was just one person here. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I would see families come by for dinner, or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place, like the married couple that the time we had a Halloween party. It was more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up to our parking lot, giving out candy, and there were even a few games to play. I remember Mum helping me put together a Grim Reaper costume. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with other kids. And I was even able to see them, considering I was homeschooled. I remember Groven being there too. He was dressed like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when he tried to go bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. That's so gross. We even came up with that. I don't think I could even imagine doing it today, but it seemed fun as a kid, I guess, even though I never did so. I probably thought it was gross back then too, I guess. I remember Groven got to sleep over afterwards too, and Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It was funny. I use some of those decorations in my room now. I remember all the roofs, the tables, and the windows being absolutely covered in orange and black streamers. But now it's all covered in dust. It's very sad, and no one's here. Where should I go? Let's go to Mom and Dad's room. I decided to walk up to my parents' room. I just missed them so much, I couldn't bring myself not to. Is there any evidence here? I stepped into my parents' room. The curtains were drawn open, and a warm light flooded the room as the sun finally came out behind the clouds today. I could still smell some of my mom's perfume lingering in the air. Everything was so neat, just as they always kept things. You wouldn't have been able to guess they were kidnapped. There were no signs of struggle or even any sort of a mess at all. The bed was made and all the stuff was exactly where it should be. The only difference was a fine layer of dust from how long it had been, and the fact that my parents weren't here. I sat on my parents' bed. It was always softer than mine. I remember sleeping here as a little kid, when I didn't feel quite big enough to sleep in my own bed just yet. Mom would help me build pillow forts here sometimes, and we would hang up a sign that said "No boys allowed." It didn't take long for me to start crying. I miss my mom and dad. I never even got a chance to say goodbye to them. The last message I got from them was my mum telling me she hoped I would sleep well that night. And then the next day, they were gone. Just like that. What do I do now? What if they never come back? What if I already saw them for the last time? Oh, you poor girl. I ended up falling asleep on my parents' bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help with that respect. When I woke up, I wasn't aware how much time had passed, but I felt groggy, and I don't think I should stay any longer. It would probably make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs. I have a bad feeling about this. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed. Someone was here. Some stranger, kneeling in front of the doorway, for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up and... That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed, with baggy dark clothes and their hood up, told me they were likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way, or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp as I got myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. Wait! I wasn't able to get a good look at them. For a split second I considered trying to chase after them. And even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster. Bitch. Panicked. That I could keep up with anyways. Panicked and slightly shaken, I took out my phone. I was so nervous, I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. Now who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be, and I don't want to put any kind of attention on myself. But I can't just call nobody. I have to tell someone about this. Who do I go to? Call Reginald. He's close by. Could it be the killer? He's finally, he'll know what to do. Do we trust Reginald? Fine. I quickly called Reginald. He was close by, so he could get here the quickest. And maybe on his way over he might see that intruder. Come on, please pick up. Hello, Larry? Reginald, you're in the cemetery right now, right? Yes, why? Can you please come over here? Oh, where? Next door, to diner. I'm here and I really need your help. Help? What's wrong? What happened? I'll explain once you're here, but can you just please come over? Certainly, I'll be there momentarily. Thank you. It was only a few minutes before Reginald got here, but it felt like hours to me. Once he arrived, he commented on how shaken I looked and asked what had happened. I told him everything. About how my parents were missing, how I wasn't supposed to be in here. I asked if he'd seen any hooded persons on his way over, looking like they were in a rush. But he said he didn't see anything. He wasn't really sure what he could do to help, but he offered to look around with me, and we could see if they left anything behind. I thought that sounded like a good idea at the time. It made the most sense in my head. We started in a dining area and slowly worked our way upstairs. I guess I must have looked really scared because the look Reginald gave me when he faced me again looked so worried that it worried me even more. He reassured me that I didn't have to worry, offered to hold my hand to help me calm down. I accepted. We looked around but couldn't find anything suspicious left behind. However, when we investigated my room, I noticed one of my plushies disappeared. was one of my favorites, and I always kept it right on the shelf next to my bed, so it couldn't have gotten lost so easily. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots, to think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh God, I... Eventually we gave up on looking. There was nothing else of note, and it's not like we really could have done anything else right now. We headed back downstairs. At the very least, having Reginald here was able to calm me down some. You have very luscious hair, don't you? Mary, I'm very sorry I wasn't able to help you as much as you would have liked. What? No, don't say that. You helped me a lot. I'm very glad you came. Really, I feel a lot better. Really? Are you sure? Yes, thank you. Well, I'm glad I was able to help you in one regard. You know, I was wondering why this place had closed down so suddenly. I had no idea because its owners went missing. A shame too. I know I'd only been here when we first met, but I would have loved to come again. I'm sorry, that was wrong choice of words. I didn't mean... No, I'm fine. It's fine. It'll open again once they come back. Well, for your safety then, can you please not come in here until they get back? Huh? I don't know who was in here earlier, but there is a possibility that they might come back. They could be dangerous, right? What if you got hurt? You have to look out for yourself, Mary. I'm sure you miss your parents dearly. They wouldn't want you putting yourself in danger now, would they? Yeah, I suppose you're right. I never even thought of it that way. You're right. I'll lock this place up again. Then, at least if that person comes back, they can't get in. That sounds like a good idea. Here, let's go. Why don't you walk around the cemetery with me? I'm sure at least you feel better than staying here. Yeah, you're right. I think I would like that. Thank you. Are you gonna give me that book now? I let Reginald take me to the cemetery, away from the diner. He told me to show him all of my favorite spots. Occasionally he would ask about a decorated grave. Ask if I knew who the person there was. I wish I was able to have more answers for him. The rest of the day was pretty hazy. I couldn't stop thinking about what had just happened. I didn't really feel any sort of relief until I got into bed that night. But, you know, that's never the relieving part of my day anyway. Hello, again. Good evening. Was that you in the diner today? What do you mean? Earlier today, I was in the diner. There was a stranger. I couldn't see their face. They ran out as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was that you? No. I don't know why I bothered asking. I doubt you would give me the truth either way. Sometimes lying will be necessary, but I am telling the truth now. If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why's that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills a cat. And satisfaction brings it back. Bitch. Good night, Mary. So much for getting a good night's sleep. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary! No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night. A long night? You went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. Do they have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday. Okay, I'll come down soon. I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. If you don't hurry, I'm gonna eat all of them. Dad! Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee as usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mum. That was demonic. That sound, God. Of course, dear. So, do you have any plans today? No, not really. Is Kervin busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can. Of course we can. Didn't you want to see that new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? Are you sure? Aren't you busy? You know I'm never too busy for my little girl. Well, that sounds fun, but what about Mum? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited right now. This morning's been quite a pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something. No, something's weird here. But what? It's way too empty in here. Utensils? I mean, we don't have utensils. It's way too empty in here. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so... Mom's fine. Mom's always... Wait, Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even is that? That was talking to me. My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. So that's why it sounds demonic. Are you sure, dear? I could make you some tea to help you calm down some if you feel anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mum. Well, was not even my dad. I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things. But... Mum? Mum, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mum? Oh no. That's not great. That was a nightmare. I knew that, but still. What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I've been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have. Even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they would say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today. And I'm excited to see what they're like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. Off to some rando's funeral. I mean, not... It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their head to me when I came near. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might when I saw all the clouds out this morning, so I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella, and no one was even bothering to help keep her dry. So I covered her with my umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Pardon me, but if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? No, at least I don't think so. Who died? Oh, well, it was my darling Miss Pella. She passed just last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relation to her? Me? Ah, yes, I'm Spella's mum. I've never met you before, have I? That's okay, lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. Now, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. She was young, wasn't she? Oh yes, much too young for this. Right as things were going her way. She was going to get married in a few months. None of us thought her condition was this bad. It's been cancelled, of course. Oh, no. Oh god, that's also creepy. Fuck it. Oh no. Well, it's been cancelled. Oh no, I thought you were gonna drag her dead body from the ground to have her married. But at least she's wearing the dress right now. I'm sure she looks beautiful. Oh, she was always so beautiful. My darling angel was always too beautiful. She never even got to... Oh, look at me. I'm going to start crying all over again. I promised her I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now, wherever she's going. And who will tell her how to get there, the way she is right now? Is she happy? Even if she's not. She's not alone. How can you say she's alone when everyone here is besides her? I know she can't really say much about it, but I'm sure she's happy to have all her friends and family by her side. All the people here, she meant a lot to them, didn't she? That's why they're all here to keep her company. I know lots of people like to think you're alone when you die, but I think it's hard to consider all this being alone, you know? She's not alone when we're all here. Yes, I suppose that's true. We're all here together, aren't we? Then, I suppose I'm glad she isn't alone. Yes, me too. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It is a funeral, after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite alright. Talking about it has actually helped a little bit. I feel a bit better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes, thank you. Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's alright. My name is Mary. Mary? Mary. Ah, hold on a moment. Do you mean your cemetery, Mary? I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that is me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she would want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. Well, that was lovely. It was a lovely funeral. The whatever was lowered, and soon enough the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and to each other, and then steadily they left. And soon it was just me and the lady. I would have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome, but I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral. What? So quietly said my goodbyes and left. Oh, that makes sense. But to my surprise, there was someone waiting for me on the sidewalk. Oh, Crow. Croven? Hey, Mars. You good? Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing out here? I don't know. I remember talking about some sort of a funeral happening today. Figured I would stop by and ask if you wanted to hang out after. But I guess it's now that it's over, so you wanna hang now? Oh, alright. What's that look for? Oh, it's nothing. It's just, I don't know. You've been in a kind of a bad mood lately. It's kind of sudden that you want to hang out right now. Is there any reason for that? Nah, nothing special. It's not like I have any other plans today or anything. No one's been responding to my texts, so... Oh, I see. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. So, we hanging or not? Oh, yeah. Just, you're not, gonna get snappy with me, are you? No promises. Croven! I'm kidding. I won't. Come on, let's go. No, I'm gonna leave this episode here. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this episode. I liked it. That was a nice funeral, I suppose. And we got a creepy person at our family restaurant too. A lot of things going on in this episode. Anyway, I hope I see you soon. I have a cat in my lap. She wants attention. And have a great day. And check out my other stuff. Bye!